Hello, my name is Deepu KV. I head operations and customer service at Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. Bajaj Allianz General Insurance is one of the foremost general insurance companies in the Indian context, and we are ranked number 8 amongst the top 100 global digital insurance companies. COVID 19 has presented unique and far reaching implications for the insurance industry. Widely considered a black swan event, the unprecedented crisis has resulted in the insurance industry accelerating its digital engagement with consumers. The digitized delivery of products and services has ensured that the sector remains customer focused throughout the crisis. Reshaped customer behavior and expectations triggered by the pandemic have compelled the insurance sector to rethink its innovation strategy, keeping a long term perspective in view. In this podcast, I will share my take on what InsurTech needs to do to create an agile response mechanism to innovate and stay relevant during COVID 19 and even beyond. Firstly, this is a golden opportunity for firms to meet customers' latent unexpressed needs. And let me just explain this with a few examples. When the COVID 19 pandemic set in, initially we realized that our customers were very wary of the pandemic, primarily because it was asymptomatic. And ironically, they couldn't even go to hospitals to get themselves tested because, in the quest to get tested, you could pick up an infection because hospitals can be hotbeds of infection. So, what we did was to come out with a COVID 19 self assessment tool on our app, and customers loved it. Secondly, we all need to understand that the lockdown was only an economic activity. We can't prevent people from falling ill or wanting to get treated. We came out with a doctor on chat feature on our mobile app whereby customers could basically get a digital consultation with doctors and then go out and buy medicines. Medical shops were in any case always exempt from any sort of lockdown. Thirdly, contact tracing. Now, contact tracing as a need has not existed prior to the onset of the pandemic. We came out with a feature on a mobile app, aptly called Social Trackback, by which customers could log in their contacts and it helped them both ways. In case anybody they met in the last 48 hours or in the recent period was infected, they could immediately take precautions. Similarly, they knew whom to reach out to in case they were infected. So proactively meeting these customer needs, kept us significantly ahead of our competitors and has played a significant role in ensuring that our net promoter scores are amongst the highest in the marketplace. Secondly, COVID 19 has made everybody wary of touch. You can just imagine, your neighbor in the elevator. Nobody wants to press the button with his finger. Either people use their elbows or they use sharp objects. So, touchless UI UX is here to stay. And in this context, we were pioneers. We were amongst the first ones to integrate with Alexa and Google Assistant when they were launched in India. And right now, as customers visit us physically and even as customers interact with us, we have heavily promoted the usage of touchless digital assets. When customers come to our branches, they can scan QR codes and get their various processes fulfilled. Similarly, when customers reach out to us, we have heavily encouraged the use of digital assets. Thirdly, especially in the Indian context, it's very important to be multilingual because we have customers across an entire spectrum of languages. What happens normally is that English tends to be the default mode of communication when it comes to digital assets. And this is where firms can make a difference. Just to share an example, our mobile app, which was launched exclusively for crop insurance customers in rural India, our farmers, was launched in Hindi, Marathi, and Kannada. And it has turned out to be a big hit. For example, being an insurance company app, farmers could use this for basic insurance services. Apart from this, they could use this for carrying out their work on the government portal. We give them crop advisory, we give them crop diagnostics, we give them pricing information, we give them weather information. So, sitting in the comfort of their home, in the language of their choice, farmers can basically interact with us, interact with the government, and get a host of information. And that really brought to the fore the power of digital assets in a multilingual spectrum. Fourthly, when we basically communicate with customers, it's very important to understand that we should take care of the nuances of digital assets. Just to share with you from our perspective, we have an AI driven chatbot, but we did a few things which ensured that the customer experience was seamless. For instance, if you look at a lot of chatbots, in case the bot is not able to answer a standard query, you are typically asked to go to the call center. We said that let the customer not perceive a break in service. So what we have done is ensure that there is a seamless transfer at the back end from the bot to a human being. Now the customer does not perceive or feel any break in service. He continues to get service either by the bot or through assisted automation. Now what we do at the back end by leveraging NLP and AI is that the bot is continuously learning and increasingly answering a greater share of customer queries. Secondly, we also offered our chatbot services in languages other than English, and that meant that our reach expanded in a multiplied manner. Thirdly, as I mentioned earlier, we were also amongst the first ones to integrate with Alexa and Google Assistant. So if you look at these, nuances, voice-based servicing, multilingual servicing, assisted automation, we ensured that, we really cater to customers' needs and we made the experience that much more seamless. And as I had mentioned earlier, customer communication is important. Right at the onset of the pandemic, we went on a customer communication blitzkrieg. We did not wait for customers to approach us. Instead, we reached out to them proactively and told them that given the sudden lockdown by which call centers were shut down, we highlighted to them our various digital assets. We have a mobile app, we have an AI driven bot, we have WhatsApp, and we have a host of other features. And we highlighted to customers the existence of these features and the ways by which they could reach us. And the proof of the pudding, as they say, lies in the eating. During the pandemic, well, a lot of players struggled to come to terms with the new normal. We actually were in a situation where digital servicing was as high as 80%, and our customer complaints saw a whopping 90% dip. Fifthly, especially in the Indian context, simplicity. Just to give you a very simple example, when the lockdown was announced and call centers had to shut down immediately, and you can imagine how call centers work. Imagine a large shop floor where there are plenty of telecallers and there is an inbound call monitoring software which basically picks up calls and then allocates them to the people who are basically getting freed up. Now this cannot work, when people are working in a scattered manner, when people are working from home. But we realize that we do have, calling capacity available, which means our telecallers can basically be on the call. So we said, let's do one thing. In case they can't handle in an inbound manner, let them basically handle outbound calls so that way the calling capacity can get used. But then how do they know when to make a call? So we said, okay, very simple. We basically will tell customers, you give us a missed call and we'll call you back. In fact, when I've spoken about this example at various global forums, people have been very surprised by the simplicity and the effectiveness of this example. So we converted inbound into a missed call and outbound, and that really helped us sail through the entire pandemic. In closing, if you look at the current pandemic, what has really brought to the fore is the need for firms to have an agile response mechanism to innovate and stay relevant. And what's also highlighted here is that digital leaders and digital laggards have got exposed in their own way. So the key here is to ensure that we remain digital. We focus on what the new paradigm tells us. As I said, meeting customers' unstated needs, focusing on touchless UI UX, voice, for example, being the next frontier, and then ensuring that we are really listening to customers. I think customer listening is the key. Hope you have enjoyed the podcast and wish you safety, which is of paramount importance during the current period. And let's hope that we all come out with flying colors and the new normal ensures that there is prosperity for everybody. Thank you very much.